Jimmy. It's boarded and shuttered now, with windows taped as though for an impending hurricane or a wrecking ball, a relic of another time. Those who know the meatpacking district from Sex and the City hurry by on their way to the High Line and the trendy restaurants, or window shop at the Louboutin shop across the street. But occasionally, a passerby stops and stares into the blank windows as though recalling another time, a time before the area had a name, when this was the farthest outpost of Greenwich Village, and there were some West Side blocks where only the brave dared walk because the rats were the size of small dogs. The village, then, was a grittier place, but one that was equally vibrant with its own life. Beyond the building, at the corner of Horatio and Greenwich Streets, farther up the street, West Street and the Hudson River loomed with the meatpacking warehouses, single-room occupancy hotels, hookers, johns, pickup bars, and nighttime cruising haunts for the gay population that had come out of the collective closet only a decade or so earlier. Then, this now abandoned building was a beacon, a way station. Filtered light puddled on the corner outside its windows. The hum of conversation poured out the door, and on weekends, the sounds of guitar music and singing could be heard as the tuna, singing groups from various Spanish universities, made their ways through the bar throngs singing Spanish college songs for tips. Then, if one lost the way, all that was required was a sense of smell. It didn't have to be particularly good, for even those without acute olfactory nerves could recognize the aroma of garlic wafting from the kitchen. If you followed the pungent fragrance down the street, El Faro beckoned. It was a West Village landmark signaling safe passage to travelers, like the lighthouse for which it was named. Reputed to be the first Spanish restaurant in New York City, El Faro sat on the corner at the nether end of the respectable village. Vivian Kramer described it in 1969 in the Greenwich Village Cookbook. El Faro is a small Spanish restaurant tucked away in the western part of Greenwich Village, well off the beaten track. The prices are moderate, and the menu includes paellas and other rice dishes, as well as spare ribs from northwestern Spain, which is where the owner comes from. One followed another, and fellow Galicians are still migrating to join the kitchen and the dining room staff. The dining room is mostly tables and chairs. The emphasis here is definitely on food. The walls are decorated with life-size portraits, like storybook illustrations, that do have a certain Spanish look, but because of the food, nobody seems to pay much attention to the atmosphere. The phone rings frequently. Many of the callers are would-be customers who have lost their way. The owners give directions, but no reservations. The management just can't promise to serve everyone who wants to eat there on a given night. Kramer captures some of the atmosphere, but she doesn't convey the sense of surprise that many had when happening upon the dappled light streaming from El Faro's doorway at what then seemed to be the end of the known world. Nor does she give a sense of the Stygian decor of dark wood and stained glass that prevailed in the front room near the bar. El Faro was a hub. Astonishingly cacophonous, it bustled nightly with the activity of neighborhood folks for whom it represented one of the few dining options. They packed the place, along with others who came from afar, to sample delicacies such as barbecued pork with almond sauce, and shrimp with green sauce, and partridge Spanish style, and pollo al ajillo, chicken with garlic, washed down with pitchers brimming with a heady sangria. Those in the know, or with little to spend who wanted something comforting and warming, would order the Galician specialty, caldo gallego, a hearty kale and sausage soup, rich with shredded collard greens and chunks of potato. It was the owner's salute to Galicia, his native corner of Spain, and a bowl made a filling meal. Neighborhood folks who were loved by the management could call for takeout orders by special dispensation, and the back room had booths where folks could hunker down for serious conversations well lubricated with drinks from the full bar.